It's day 2 of my 12 days of Christmas recipes with spilling the sweet tea, and today we're making lobster rangoons. To make these lobster rangoons, you're going to need some fresh lobster tails. Oops, slippery little suckers. Get your kitchen shears out because you're going to have to cut this lobster meat out of this shell. All you want to do is make sure you cut right down the center of this lobster tail. These lobster tails were a little bit on the skinny side. Baby, they must have been on Wegovy or Ozempic or something. No shade, no tea, because when I tell you that Wegovy has helped me lose 41 pounds in 2024, baby. I normally get my seafood from Costco, but my husband picked up these lobster tails from my local grocery store. Baby, Costco is my go-to place to find some good seafood. I always get shrimp, king crab legs, or lobster tails anytime I go to Costco. So I'm doing this twice so you guys can see. All you want to do is cut down the back of the lobster tail. Baby, this one almost hit the floor and fell out my hands. Once you have cut into the shell, all you want to do is split it open and then remove the meat from the shell. Easy peasy. Sometimes you got to tug on it a little bit to get that meat out, but it should just slide right on out. I was only making a small batch of these lobster tails for my family, so I only used 3 small lobster tails. With these 3 lobster tails, I was about to make about 20 rangoons. Once you have your lobster meat out of the shell, you just want to give it a rinse. Once your tails are nice and clean, you just want to cut up your lobster tails into cubes, just like this. You want the pieces of lobster to be pretty small, but you want to make sure to dice up the lobster tails finely. And baby, if you're watching this video and wondering if I'm cutting on my counter, I am not. I have an acrylic cutting board. Later in the video, you'll see me hold it up. Once your lobster meat is cut up, it should look a little bit like this. Now you want to season it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, that's fine. You can just use black pepper, no problem. You don't need to heavily season this lobster meat, so I'm just using salt and pepper. Turn your stove to medium heat and then add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. Once your butter has melted, you just want to saute your lobster until it's translucent. You don't want to overcook your lobster because you will be adding this lobster meat into a filling, so you don't want it to be tough. I'll probably cook my lobster on medium-high heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. Baby, lobster is too expensive for it to be tough, so make sure you do not overcook this lobster. You hear me? Once it looks a little bit like this, you just want to remove it from the skillet and set aside. Let your lobster meat cool while you work on your cream cheese filling. To prepare your cream cheese filling, you want to slice up some green onions. Baby, I love green onions. I only sliced up about 2 to 3. And baby, I sliced up the white part and the green part. I love them both. This is the part of the video that I show you that I am using a cutting board. See? No need to come for me, okay? All right, to a small bowl, you want to add 8 ounces of whipped cream cheese, or you can use softened block cream cheese. It's up to you. I always get the whipped cream cheese because I don't have time for it to soften at room temperature. That takes too much time. If you get it whipped, it's already soft, point blank, period. After you add in your cream cheese, you want to add in some garlic powder. I used about 1 teaspoon. So Worcestershire sauce, about 1 teaspoon. Or a couple splashes. Maybe I measure with my heart, okay? You want to add in your green onions that you sliced up. And then give everything a good mix. This recipe is very simple. It doesn't require a lot of ingredients. Now all you want to do is mix your ingredients together really well. These lobster rangoons are great for a holiday party. You can make the filling and the rangoons ahead of time and keep them in your refrigerator and just fry them when you're ready to do so. You can literally make these the day before and fry them the next day. Now that you have everything combined, you just want to add in your cooked lobster meat. And then just incorporate your lobster with your cream cheese mixture. If you follow me, you know I was born and raised in North Carolina. Eastern North Carolina at that. So baby, my country behind had never had a crab rangoon until I moved to the Washington, D.C. area. My first experience with crab rangoons was at the P.F. Chang's at Tyson's Corner Mall. Baby, when I tell you, when I first moved to the D.C. area back in the early 2000s, 2000 to be exact, I lived at that P.F. Chang's. I ate there so much. Once your filling is ready, you just want to prepare them for your wonton wrappers. It should look a little bit like this. Now baby, I am not vegan, but these are the only ones my husband can find in the grocery store. So we gonna roll with it. I had to make this recipe in this video for you guys. All you have to do is lay down your wonton wrapper and then add about a tablespoon of the filling to the middle. Brush on some water around the edges, and then you just want to wrap your wonton. I mean, you're not really wrapping it, although it kind of ends up looking like a present at the end. You just want to bring each side together and then fold in the sides just like this. And make sure you seal it really well so the filling does not come out when you fry it. That's why you use the water. You can use egg wash as well, but water works just fine. You can see that little corner right there. I did not seal well. I went back and fixed that. All right, let me show you guys again. Just add a little bit of the filling to the center. Add your water around the edges, all 4 edges like this. And then just bring your corners together first, like this. Make sure the seams are closed and then fold in the sides like this, like you wrapping a present. Fold in the other side and then make sure to seal those seams just like this. If you don't want to do it this way, you can just add the filling to the side and just fold it into a triangle. It doesn't matter. It's going to fry either way. You can also make it into like a coin purse and fry it. It's up to you. It's your lobster rangoons. If you search online on how to make crab rangoons, you can see all of the different ways that you can fold them. I saw somebody on Instagram the other day actually rolling it into a log. It looked like a piece of candy, like a Tootsie Roll. They used something edible to tie each end. I mean, I'm all about being creative, but that seemed like too much work for me. This is much easier in my opinion. This can end up being tedious to do. I'm just showing you guys one at a time, but at the end, I ended up putting like 4 or 5 on this plate and doing all of them at one time. I love anything fried, so I know they'll be worth the wait and worth the effort. But baby, this is YouTube, okay? So I want to make sure I'm showing you at different angles how to make these lobster rangoons, so if you try to replicate it, you get it right. And I don't know why it is that my child want to come in my kitchen when she see me filming. Girl, don't you see me filming? I swear she does that every time. A piece of work. Anyway, you see me here pinching the seams to make sure I have them closed really well. You're not going to get it perfect because you'll see when I fry these, I had some where the cream cheese was spilling out, and that's okay. Once you have them done, they should look a little bit like this. You want to pop them in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes before you fry them. You can air fry these. I have never done that. I've always deep fried them, but you can air fry them as well. I'm adding my vegetable oil to my deep fryer, and once it reaches 350 degrees, I'm gonna drop these lobster rangoons. You want to fry them in small batches, so I'm frying about 4 of them at a time. Oops, I lied. It's 5 of them. 4 to 5 is enough. You don't want to put more than that in your basket, because as you fry them, the temperature of the oil is going to go down, and because the more that you have in the oil, the less even they're going to fry. Once they're ready, they should look a little bit like this, nice and golden brown. Anytime you're frying anything, you want to make sure you add what you have fried to a wire rack. Letting them cool on a wire rack is going to ensure that they stay crispy on all sides. If you put them on a paper towel, they will get soggy on the bottom, and you don't want that, especially with no lobster rangoons. So initially for this recipe, I decided I was going to make some bang bang sauce to dip them in. To make that sauce, you need some mayo, some rice vinegar, some sriracha, as well as some sweet chili sauce. I am eyeballing all of these ingredients. You really can't go wrong. But I will put the measurements in the description, so if you want to make this bang bang sauce, you can make it. Once you have all your ingredients in a bowl, you just want to give everything a good mix until it looks a little bit like this. Because these are for a holiday party, I'm adding my sauce to this nutcracker bowl that I have. I love Christmas time because I love breaking out my festive dishes. Baby, the Dollar Tree always has the best festive bakeware and dishes. So to plate this, all I did was add my sauce in the middle of my platter, added my crispy lobster rangoons around the sauce just like this. Because I'm fancy and do the most, I added some more sliced green onions around the plate because baby, people eat with their eyes, so I wanted to add a little bit of color to my plate. Anytime you come to a Carlina Davis, aka Spilling the Sweet Tea holiday party, you're gonna get fabulous desserts and appetizers. And baby, these lobster rangoons were a 10 out of 10. Definitely Spilling the Sweet Tea approved. I personally prefer these with duck sauce, even though the bang bang sauce was good. Either sauce was good. I'm just a duck sauce girly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to come back for day 3 of Christmas recipes with Spilling the Sweet Tea. These lobster rangoons were easy to make, and most certainly Spilling the Sweet Tea approved.